Dave Ridley here, reporting in from Manchester, New Hampshire.
That's a very nice look. And that was like last night, was terrible.
A serious situation, but one that at least some New Hampshire residents are responding to in a colorful manner. It's October 5th, 2007. One day after the federal government arrested Ed and Elaine Brown.
And that's triggered this very small protest
Outside the local IRS building.
Come on over here. Dave, have you heard what's going on?
With Ed?
No.
What?
No, with at Pork Manor.
What?
The feds went and talked to Eric and Michael Hampton and Bill and the guys there. So there's a big hullabaloo on the board, but no one got hurt. No one's arrested. Everyone's safe. But,
They wanted to talk to Phil?
They went and talked to. I guess they were looking for Michael Hampton, and they were looking for some other people too. Just to talk to him.
I'm being told to move by the meter maid here.
Okay, we'll talk to you in a second. Where are you going?
We'll park.
Okay, so what that means is that the feds have been to 412 Central, which is a location where a lot of porcupines live, and they have attempted to speak to Michael Hampton. Apparently they have spoken to him. I don't know. I'm sure that's not an unexpected thing. They've had an interest in him for a while. So we'll see what we find out here. Natalie and David are going to park now. They'll come over and give us more information in a minute. Where's it?
They need to pay their taxes!
She doesn't seem too upset. Anyway, this gentleman here is not attempting to hide his identity. This is Mark Warden of Manchester. Hi, Mark. Why are you here today?
In support of the cause, I've talked about this before where I pay my taxes. I've paid a lot in taxes over the years, but I certainly support somebody's rights to not pay them. I think they're coercive. I think they're immoral, especially at the level to which we're taxed these days. It's over 50% of our income if you add up all the taxes, state, local, national, and other things. And
I got a good concept for you.
We're listening.
Why don't you pay Ed Brown's taxes and then they can set them free instead of having all of us pay for them? We all pay taxes.
I pay a lot in taxes.
So do I. So why don't you pay his?
Actually,
and then we won't have to set him free. Let him pay his fair share.
They pay plenty.
He's living in $1 million home. Let him pay his fair share.
Fair? How's that fair if he has to pay more than you and I do just because his home is more expensive?
What doesn't he
Is that
pay
fair?
his taxes? We won't have a problem.
He paid taxes for 30, 40, 50 years.
Right?
It's robbery, man. They're robbing you too, not just us.
He pays taxes for more.
But taxes pay for our streets and for education.
Right. And you know what?
Federal taxes don't pay for streets.
I will pay a fair tax to the state of New Hampshire. I will not.
Move to Massachusetts. Go
To
pay a fair tax
New
there.
Hampshire.
It's federal
To New
taxes.
Hampshire. Federal taxes.
Live free or
It's federal.
die.
Different issue.
Live free or he's living free, and we're paying for it.
Living
No, he's
free,
not
he's
living
in
free.
jail.
He's locked up.
Good, he
prison.
should be. He's
Somebody
living free.
robbed
We're still
you?
paying for him. This $30 grand a year I paid to a guy that should have paid his own taxes.
That's
so leave him
not
alone.
free.
All right, take care. So what's going on? What's the deal?
Okay, so apparently what happened is someone from, and it's been reported that by Phil, who left a 411 message, that the Treasury Department agents, several, I'm not sure what several means, I'm assuming more than a few, which would be 3 to me, so I'm assuming that somewhere above 3 agents showed up at 412 Central, started asking questions, poking around, wanting to know about things to do with Ed Brown. I think that what it was is they're trying to say that they had reason to believe that they were making threats against Marshals, or somehow, saying that they were going to be hurting Marshals or something like that because of what's happened with Ed and Elaine Brown. It had been reported that everyone was arrested. It turns out that's false. They've been let go, or not let go, but left be. No arrests were made at all, and they're all there.
Now, did they obtain entry into the house?
No.
We're not clear about that,
No,
but I
they
don't
did
think so.
No, according to Phil, no officer entered the house.
You asked a question. Okay.
Yeah, asking questions, saying actually had Phil stay out of the house because they didn't know if there were guns in there or anything like that. So as far as we know, no arrests were made. The feds have left the house. left the area of the house. There were no search warrants, no arrest warrants. Just coming by and say, hey, if something goes down and violence is done to federal officers, then you guys, it's going to be on your guys' head, essentially.
Well, anyway, I guess I'll get a last couple shots of this demonstration, and I may have to head over to 412, see what folks over there have to report. All right, so heading back to Porcupine Manor, 412 Central, where all this apparently happened. And okay, Michael, tell me a little bit about what happened, very summarized.
In brief, well, I actually wasn't here when the Marshals showed up, but I came back, and the Marshals were here with some Treasury Department people, and they were asking about an alleged hit list of people, of I guess government agents and their families that somebody had put together, and they were looking for people who might want to go out and shoot government agents.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was just going to say that there's nobody here that was going to shoot a government agent, so there really wasn't anything to
right, yeah, I've monitored, I mean, I've listened to your not just email communications, but your forum communications for years, and you've never said anything violent. Yeah. All right, so we've just received word that Marshals are headed over to Murphy's Tap Room to try and interview someone, so we're going to head over there and see if we can observe. Okay, so David and I are approaching Murphy's Tap Room now, waiting for the light to turn green. All right, I'm standing here with Ivy Ankrum, who I guess, what happened to you?
I was notified that federal agents were looking for me in conjunction with my roommate, Rob. They're looking for him for various reasons. I was called by my boss, Keith Murphy, was told that they were at Murphy's Tap Room, wanted to ask me some questions. They're walking across the street right now, coming in. They want to ask me questions as to his location. That was him. They showed up at my apartment while I was showering. I went out the other door. I believe they're walking in right now.
And these are apparently two of the marshals that are involved. I'll be taking care of some last-minute arrangements before this happens. All right, there's several marshals that have entered the restaurant now. They want to talk to Ivy. How are you guys doing today?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. You're here to interview Ivy?
I'm sorry?
You're here to interview Ivy?
Interview Ivy? Are you Ivy? Yes. Okay.
What are you here to interview her?
I'd rather not make a stand in business. So
Okay, understood.
If you want to go outside...
Okay.
You're welcome to go outside.
All right. Thank you for your politeness, both of you.
Thank you.
And more reinforcements coming. Can you tell me if Ivy is suspected of having done anything wrong? Anything to hurt anyone? All right, so the marshals are leaving now. I'm gonna attempt to make a photograph that does not show any of their faces. I just just asked them a question, asked them if it would put any of their lives in danger for me to photograph them and their faces. They said that it might, but it didn't bother them, that I could go ahead. And for that reason, I'm going to take a shot just of them from the waist down, probably, and move out of the way, and then try to edit out most of the shots of their faces. So you're going to miss some good video, but that's what I'm going to do. None of the guys inside made any indication that it would put them in harm, so I'm going to go ahead and leave their video in, I think. I'm going to do this as a courtesy, and I may not always do it. So what's the latest? What's happened so far? Marshals have left, and...
Marshals have departed, which is always good news. And Ivy's doing all right, a little shaken up, but she's going to be fine. She's got a couch to sleep on, so she doesn't have to sleep in her house alone, and people are watching her kids, and we'll continue to help her out with that.